Hey guys, well, this is an unexpected surprise. After just 3 days, 3 days of trial testimony and a 42-minute verdict watch, we have a verdict on the 3 counts that Taylor Schabusiness has been charged with. 42 minutes. Oh dear. When I was on a jury in 2020, it took us an hour and a half. And I thought that was fast. But dear me. Dear me. But this is only phase 1. This is only phase 1. So phase 2 begins tomorrow, but I don't think that's going to last very many days. I've never watched a trial from Wisconsin before, so I'm assuming this is how they do it there, that they had to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she was guilty of murder before they went on to phase 2, which is assessing her mental disease. So here we are. So the jury are back tomorrow to do phase 2. So the court left this evening with the defense attorney with a little bit of flea in his ear, having to get his expert into court for 8:15 in the morning. And we'll wait and see what happens. Wait and see what happens. But, you know, how long was the Letitia Stout trial? That was like 6 weeks, wasn't it? 6 weeks, am I right? But yeah, 42 minutes. So for those of you who haven't seen it, haven't seen the verdict, if you haven't watched the trial, well, blink and you miss it. Blink and you miss it. I think the most time that the defense has spent has been in trying to declare a mistrial. I mean, how many times? How many times did he say, I'm proposing a motion for a mistrial? Absolutely wild. But if you don't know the case, neither did I. Neither did I. I'd never heard of this case until I saw the trial begin on Monday. I don't know why I'd never heard of it. I just never heard of it. But it's from February 2022. So sometime during February 22nd, 2022, Taylor Schabusiness decided to choke her boyfriend to death with a dog choker chain, and then completely dismember his body. And her hero, she's a fangirl of Jeffrey Dahmer. So I believe that she wanted to see what it felt like. That she was fangirling on Jeffrey Dahmer so heavily that she wanted to see what it felt like. That's my belief. So his head, which she meant to take, and his genitalia, which she just forgot, she'd put in a bucket at the bottom of the stairs, and his poor mother found, I mean, this is just shocking. Shocking. This poor young man, 24 years of age, 50 Shades of Evil. You're absolutely right there, Eddie. You're absolutely right. Early hours of February 23rd, and his mother heard a noise downstairs. So she went to investigate, and she found this black bucket with a towel over it that wasn't there, apparently, like when she last went down to the basement. And she took the towel off the bucket and there's her son's head. There's her son's head. And she'd dismembered the rest of the body, and his torso was in a tote, a large tote. His legs, right, one leg had been completely defleshed down to the bone, and the legs were in her van. Well, not her van, but her friend's van, a van she was using. And the rest of the body had been chopped up and put in bags. Like there was a backpack, another bag. There was about 3 or 4 bags. She'd taken all the organs out and put them in Walmart bags. The medical examiner during the autopsy found his left foot inside his chest cavity. I mean, this is just the stuff of nightmares. The stuff of nightmares. Now, the court played part of the interrogation, like the important parts of the interrogation. And I put that on the channel earlier today. So just as a standalone video that was played in court. The audio is not good at all, but that's that's always the way, isn't it, with these microphones in interrogation rooms. But it's absolutely bizarre because she just confessed to it all. Like she told them where to find everything, even down to the knives, what knives she'd used. And she'd used a bread knife and a steak knife. Now, bread knives are not sharp. I don't know how on earth she'd managed to dismember an adult with a bread knife, but she did. Horrific doesn't cover it. You're absolutely right. And she'd also essayed his body after his death. She'd spent hours with this body. Proper Jeffrey Dahmer fangirl, but at least Jeffrey Dahmer had the common sense to try to hide what he'd done. But yeah, if you want to learn more about it, then it's not going to take you very long to get up to speed on it. I've got a little playlist, just my thoughts on the first couple of days of the trial. So we're going to play the verdict. And then I was just in the process of starting some research. Someone in my comment section had given me a name, her previous name, because her actual name isn't Schabusiness. That's just a made up name, right? And to me, I can't decide. I'm 50-50 at the moment, so I'm going to bring it to you. So I'm putting all you super sleuths on notice. So let's listen to the verdict, and then I'll talk about this next thing that's really intrigued me. So let's listen to the verdict. So 42 minutes, that's all. 42 minutes. Okay. All right.
Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do what's called polling the jury. It's a very simple process. So all I'm going to do is go down the line.
All right. There's no sound until the judge comes in. What's this face here? What's this? Trying to cry. You just got the notification. Well, it was an unexpected live because I didn't expect a verdict so quick. 42 minutes. Caught me on the hop. I'd just taken all my bins out because it's bin day tomorrow. And then I came and sat down to do this research, this rabbit hole that a commenter sent me on. Yeah, it's not the face she had yesterday, is it? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, she was like, oh, here he is. Here he is. All right. I might have to mute out.
Understanding is the jury has a verdict, is that correct? Okay. Anything to bring up before we bring the jury in? Mr. Saunders?
No.
Mr. Fraley?
No.
Very good. Then we'll bring the jury in. Okay, be seated. Ma'am, were you the foreperson? And my understanding is that the jury has reached a verdict. Is that correct? Yes. Right. If you would hand that to the bailiff then, please. Okay. First verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information, dated this date, July 26, 2023, signed by the foreperson. Second verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of mutilating a corpse as charged in count 2 of the information, dated this date, July 26, 2023, signed by the foreperson. The next verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Taylor Denise Schabusiness, guilty of third-degree sexual assault as charged in count 3 of the information, dated this date, 26th day of July, 2023, signed by the foreperson. The verdicts appear to be in order. Do either of the parties request that I poll the jury? Mr. Saunders?
No.
I was muted. So yeah, short and sweet, guilty on all counts. So that is just phase 1 though. So phase 2 begins tomorrow, and that's to assess her mental disease. So I'm guessing it's Wisconsin's version of an insanity defense. Like I said before, I've never followed a trial in Wisconsin before. I mean, Jeffrey Dahmer, I watched Jeffrey Dahmer's trial, that's Wisconsin, but I've never actually followed a trial live in Wisconsin. And, you know, we all talked a lot about the not guilty by reason of insanity defense very recently during the Letitia Stout trial. But that was Colorado. And some states obviously don't have an insanity defense at all. We do here in the UK, I think. I'm trying to think now. Do we? I think we do. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think we do. But it's not very common that you find people going down the insanity defense route because it's not successful. And if you want my opinion, I think the jury won't buy it at all. Won't buy that she's trying to say that she's mentally diseased at all. She's confessed. Now, even if she was completely out of her mind on drugs, which is the way her defense are trying to spin it, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Being voluntarily intoxicated on drugs is not a defense. Being voluntarily intoxicated on drugs is not a mental disease. Now, obviously, chronic use of drugs can create a psychosis in genetically susceptible individuals. That's very well known. There's all kinds of drugs that can create psychotic effects in some people and not others. And it's just a genetic difference. Some people seem very susceptible to becoming psychotic, whereas others don't. And she had been using methamphetamine during the time that she committed this murder. However, again, voluntary consumption of drugs, however heavily you're intoxicated are, whatever you do while you are intoxicated, it is voluntary. So you just have to suck it up. If you do something stupid while you're intoxicated and you commit a crime, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have got yourself so utterly out of your mind, should you? So it's not a mental disease. And I believe she was in no way psychotic, absolutely in no way psychotic. Yesterday, day 2, we saw the police body cam of them picking her up. They found her van very quickly, parked outside her apartment, or the apartment that she was staying at. Not her apartment, but an apartment that she was staying at. And cops turned up. She came out of the door. They put her in handcuffs. They asked her questions. She was answering appropriately. She was obeying commands. She was very quiet, very calm. Nothing psychotic about her behaviour. And that was only a very short time after she'd actually left the property. Now, she'd been several hours with the body, chopping him up with a bread knife. So, yeah, I could see that she may have come down somewhat. She may have been as high as a kite, but she wasn't psychotic at all. So if you are just this way out, that you are a Jeffrey Dahmer fangirl, and then you get yourself high and you think it's a good idea to murder your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever he was, then I'm sorry, there's no defense. There's no defense of mental disease or insanity that's going to very, very, very surprised if this jury buy that kind of defense. Now, the last thing that they talked about before the judge let them go today was this defense witness who's a pharmacologist, so knows lots of stuff about medications, chemicals, etc., etc. But he's trying to say that she suffers from a chronic mental disease. Well, he's not qualified, as the judge said. He's not qualified to say that. He's not a psychiatrist. He's not a psychologist. He hasn't diagnosed her, and he's not able to diagnose her with any mental disease. That's not his forte. Yes, he might be able to say, this is what certain drugs will do to your brain, but that's in general terms. There's no evidence that anything has been done to her brain, that she's got any form of brain damage, any form of mental incapacity as a result of chronic drug use. So I'll be very surprised, if they go with that kind of defense. Now, she smirked her way through this trial. She's done a Letitia Stout, basically. She sat there with complete contempt for the court and for the process. She raised her fingers in like a gun type movement to the judge yesterday. Like, you know, pow, like she was going to shoot the judge with her fingers. And just complete contempt of court. But there's nothing that springs to me, into my mind, that she's insane or was insane at the time that the crime occurred. She knew exactly the interrogation, which was which I've put on the channel, is the 23rd. So she was taken into custody. She was interviewed for several hours. Then she was allowed to go to the hospital because she had an injury. She cut herself, chopping the body up. So she was able to go to the hospital and get medical treatment. And then she came back and she was interviewed some more. And she was able to say exactly which bag each body part was in. She knew exactly where everything was in the room. I'm sorry, someone in the height of psychosis is not able to do that. I'm sorry, they are not. She was very calm. She was answering in sometimes a flippant way, sometimes laughing, but that's just what she's like. This is what she's done all the way through the trial. Thinks it's funny, said she enjoyed it. And I'm just... why this went to trial at all, given that she confessed on the very day she was picked up. She was just very calm and matter-of-fact about it as well. Why she decided to take this to trial, I have no idea. But hopefully the judge is going to be very careful in what he allows this pharmacologist to say. So they're reconvening court at 8:15 in the morning to talk about it, and then they can start phase 2. So they do expect the entire trial to finish by Friday, though. Like, the trial isn't scheduled to last longer than a week. So I'll be very surprised if it goes into next week. But let me show you this. This is what I'd started to do when the verdict came in. And I'd have got a little bit further with this if they'd have spent a little bit longer in the deliberation room. So I've not had a chance to look at any records. I'm literally taking information from the media, like newspapers. I've not gone to any records. I've not had time because it was just tonight. I was checking my comments on today's video, and I saw this comment that sent me down a rabbit hole. So, Taylor Schabusiness. Schabusiness is not her actual name. Her name at birth, her surname at birth, was Coronado. Her dad is called Arthur Coronado. So I don't know where she got the name Schabusiness from. It just seems like a made-up name. She is married, though. This came out. I didn't know this until today, but she's married and she's got a kid. She's got a baby that was born in 2021. And her husband is called Warren Chabot, I think he's called. So maybe the sh comes from the Chabot of his name. But he's in jail for drug dealing, apparently. And the baby is being looked after by family members. Yeah, she legally changed her name in 2018, which makes me, I'm just intrigued by this little rabbit hole that the commenter sent me down. So there was a 19-year-old teenager, and this is Houston, Texas, in 2017. And she was 19 at the time, called Denise Coronado. Now, Taylor Schabusiness, her middle name is Denise, right? And this 19-year-old, so 6 years ago, so it's the right age. So it's the right age, the right surname, and then Denise is this person's name. Now, she was charged with, at the age of just 19, she was charged with pimping a 14-year-old girl out to men, like abducting her and pimping her out to men. And in just a week, this 14-year-old was forced to have sex with 26 men. Now, this is her appearing in court. And then this is her also. Now, the likeness is pretty strong, in my opinion. And she was bragging on Facebook that she didn't need to get a job. Her Facebook was under the name Bones Marie, including images like this one, bragging about how much money she had because she'd been pimping this girl out. So that's like a back shot. One of the things I've been trying to look at is the ears, because ears are very unique. It looks a lot like her, doesn't it? Now, what I've been able to glean is that Taylor Schabusiness does have links in Texas, that she may have lived in Texas. Now, maybe Coronado is a common name in Texas. You don't think it looks like her? I'm 50-50 on it, I've got to tell you. Let's get her. I mean, you've got to remember that she's 6 years older. So that's her and her husband. That's her this week in court. That was her when she was first arrested. All right, let's put a couple of these pictures together. Let's do that. Hold on. But this is definitely one for you super sleuths. Now, I found her on the texas.gov website. But there's no information on what jail sentence Denise Coronado got. Because if this 19-year-old has been in jail for pimping this girl out, then it's definitely not her, is it? I'm just putting a few photos side by side. mean, it may be just, it's a strange coincidence that it's the same surname, the same age. I'm just collecting a few photos and putting them all together. Right. But I think that the first thing is to try to find out is whether this Denise girl was in jail or is still in jail even. All right. Now, so that's the photo of her when she was first arrested. That's her during one of her court hearings. And she's got very distinctive ears. She's got quite big ears. Don't you think? And then this is Denise Coronado. Get rid of that one. This is Denise Coronado at age 19. I mean, it could be her. It really could be her, you know. I don't know. I don't know. Eyebrows totally different, and so are the lips. Pull up the other girl's profile picture. Side on. Hold on. I did find this. Right. I did find this. A really, really brief YouTube video of her in court at age 19. Now, there's no sound to this video. That's a side on. That's about as good as it's going to get, I think. Screenshot that. Get rid of that. Put that one on. It might be just one of these strange coincidences. Very strange coincidences. That this happened in Texas in 2017. Then in 2018, she changed her name, got married, and had a kid. And then in 2022, while her husband was in jail, she decides to murder her boyfriend and dismember him. Right, I've got two side-on pictures now. Show you this. About that. So that was, I don't know when that was. That would have been earlier this year. So the pictures are 6 years apart. I'm inclined to say it's not the same person based on the ears. I think the kind of the profile of the face is the same, but it's the ears. I think Taylor's got bigger ears than this one. I don't know though. I really don't know. So if anybody, what I can say is very similar is the hairline. The eyebrows, I think, are like styled. So the mouth's very similar. It's the ears for me. Do your ears keep growing? I don't think they grow that much, do they? I don't know. I don't know. So all you super sleuths out there who, I'm going to put this. Hold on a minute, I'll have to save it. I'm going to put this on the screen in a better way, like this. It's just processing, and it'll be here in a minute. Right. I really don't know. Two different people. Don't think it's the same person. So let's see if there's anything. You see, what I can't find is whether she was actually convicted. Like all the reports, content isn't available right now. Like I said, I've only looked. I've only looked so far at just newspaper articles. Because the jury didn't give me enough time. Like all the reporting is the same. So it's Harris County, Houston, Texas. But what I've not had a chance to look up is what jail sentence she got, if any. There's also a Bones Marie 33 on Insta. They're the right age. So this Denise Coronado was 19 in 2017. So which would make her 25 now. So that's the same age as Taylor. And Taylor's middle name is Denise. And she changed her name in 2018. So a year after she was charged with this horrendous thing in Houston, Texas, Taylor Coronado changed her name, changed her surname. So what we need to find is whether Denise Coronado did get a jail sentence and how long that was, because we know she had a baby in Wisconsin in 2021. And we also know that she had another charge. She got done for battery in 2020, I think. I saw that somewhere. I've just not had the time. They've not, this darn jury being so efficient of just not giving me the time to do the proper, appropriate research. But as I was going live, I thought, I'll bring it to you guys and let's share the work. Hold on. All right. What was I reading? I can't remember what I was reading. Let's have a look what the Sun have written, just for a laugh. There's the tote. It's the same birthday as well. It's the same birthday. Yeah, it is a real name because she legally changed it. Guys. Now, this is only according to the Sun. But on November 23rd, 1997. But she was done for battery, I'm sure. Right, so November 23rd, 1997. And then Denise. I found her birthday before. Where did I find her birthday? Texas. Is it there? So judge upgraded the charges against Denise Coronado, increased the bond to $100,000. Five fast facts. Let's check this out. See, she could face life in prison. But maybe the charges were dismissed. I don't know. I definitely found her birthday. What did I search? I have to go all through my history. So we've got the same surname, the same age, potentially the same birthday. But just down a complete and total rabbit hole. Because, hold on, right, Texas.gov. Right, this is as far as I got. So I found her on Texas.gov. So Denise Marie Coronado. Why won't it let me return to not in parole review? Why does it just kick me back to... Ah, look, someone else has gone down the rabbit hole. Someone else went down this rabbit hole a year ago. Oh, wow. Let's read this. Okay, today's episode begins with the fresh ongoing case of Taylor Denise Coronado, born November 23rd, 1997. Taylor's history is choppy. Right. So that's her. Maybe it... Okay. Taylor used to live in Texas, but was having trouble. There's a Denise Marie Coronado. Yeah, so someone else went down this rabbit hole. I don't know, you guys. So it's the same story. So that's right, she did. 2018. So I haven't checked this. I haven't fact-checked this. I haven't checked public records. But apparently she used to live in San Antonio, Houston, and Temple, and Cotulla, and then Wisconsin. Is it the same person? They look awfully like each other. That's also correct, that she was charged with battery and resisting an officer. Mrs. Schabusiness. Wow. What creeper. So she's sentenced to 60 days in jail. But then she jumped bail, apparently, according to this. And that's Shad, who she murdered. And then that's just that's just a normal story. I don't know. Yeah, we need to get... I don't know. It does require a deep dive, because I can't absolutely confirm that Denise Coronado does have the same birthday. I can't 100% confirm that. I just remember one of these articles that I've read, I'm sure had her birthday in it, but I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. So one of them has delicate features, the other has angular, harsh features. That's the link. Oh, okay, you sent me a link. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this one. It says projected release date 11/23/23. Maybe that's where I've got the 11/23 from. What on Denise? So why will it not let me click that link? Presumably because there's no inmate of that name currently in the system. Presumably. Click inmate info and type in a name. Okay. Online inmate search. Denise. Okay, so if she's still in jail, we've answered. Maximum sentence date. Current facility. So I think we've answered the question, because it looks like this person is actually in jail. Definitely the right person. So yeah, I think I've seen this, and somewhere in my brain, it's computed as a birthday. So it looks to me like this Denise Coronado is actually in jail right now. So the rabbit hole can quite possibly stop before it's properly started. Ring the jail. How much would a call from the UK to Texas cost? I think this means she's in jail. I really do. Or else there'd be this is inmate visitation for this person. All a bunch of stuff about release. Parole eligibility date. Lot of bump. Current facility. Okay, so this person is currently at Hobby, which is in Marlin, Texas. So if anybody does want to ring the jail, there's the number. There's the number, 254-883-5561. To be honest, I think I'm satisfied by seeing this. Because there's an inmate with the actual same name. Let's look at these numbers here. Just to be completely so the SID number of this inmate is 500-91725. And then on this one, it is that one, yes. And then this number, ending in 236, or 237, sorry. So that's that person. And there's only one Denise Marie Coronado that came up. Oh, look. There's only one in the entirety of Texas. So honestly, I think I'm satisfied. You can see they're two different people and they've clean makeup. Yeah, I think so. I think so. So she's only in jail until November. That's ridiculous. Yeah, but if she was charged in 2017, and if she pled guilty, then 6 years. Because she gets some time off for pleading guilty. But it would be nice to have the information about like what the sentence was, how long the sentence was. Because this is just the inmate information. This is the inmate information. It doesn't tell you like the length of the sentence, does it? It just tells you where they are. Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on a minute. So 3917, promoting prostitution, sentence date. So why was she only sentenced in 2021? And 3 years. So she got 3 years. Sentenced in 2021. So what was she doing between 2017 and 2021? Because if her sentence was 3 years, that doesn't make sense. Because if her sentence was just 3 years, wouldn't they charge it from the offence date? That's well confusing. Please step away from the rabbit hole. You think she only got probation? It is. It absolutely is. Hello, E.T. E.T. went home. So she was on $100,000 bond. So she either sat in jail to wait to be sentenced, or she was out on bond for 3 years. And then the sentence was 3 years. In jail awaiting trial, yeah, but if you've been in jail for 3 years waiting your trial, and then you get 3 years as a sentence, well, you've served your time, haven't you? Like, they don't stick you in jail for 3 years and then say, oh, it's time for your trial, and then you get sentenced to 3 years in jail because you've already done 3 years, and then that would mean you've done 6 years. Wait, what? She pled no contest and got probation, according to the article you had up earlier. Oh, you see, this is the problem with skim reading so many articles, because now I don't remember where the things were. All of the articles that I've clicked on so far are just her, like from hold on. This one's got the most information. So this one's from, when's this one from? March the 20th, 2017. Graded the charges against Denise Coronado. Increased the bond to 100,000. Defense attorney said there was a lot of discrepancies in the case and Coronado may be a victim herself. Like, there's none that tell me what happened after. So when was this? They're all like March 20th. So she got previous charges in possession of marijuana, assault of a family member, and assault causing bodily injury. She pled guilty to marijuana charge and assault of the family member. But it's this. This is confusing. But surely if she wasn't in jail, surely there wouldn't be this. Or it would say released or something. And if she was in high school in Wisconsin, then did she go to high school in Wisconsin and then to Texas and then back to Wisconsin? I mean, it's possible. I think these are two different people, that it's just a coincidence that they look vaguely similar. It's a coincidence that they're the same age and that they've got the same surname. Coincidences do happen. She was found guilty after pleading no contest. Anybody look up her yearbook pic? I could do that. All right. We'll do Taylor estimated birth year, 1997. Possible location, Wisconsin. Hold on, I'll put, there's loads of Taylor Coronados. There's obviously a common name. I'll put Taylor Denise. All right, so I've got, oh, look. Denise Marie Coronado, birth 4th of June, 1997. So they're definitely not the same person. Definitely not the same person. Confirmed. Confirmed. Because Taylor Schabusiness's dad is called Arthur Coronado. So not the same person. Assuming that this Denise Marie Coronado is the same person who's currently in jail, but it seems plausible given this is Harris County, Texas. I'm convinced now. I'm convinced as I can be that these are different people. Because it would have been uncanny. It would have been a massive story. I'm not seeing a Taylor Coronado though. There's a lot of Coronados in Texas. Coronado from Colorado. Stop it. This one. Is that the one? Maybe. Don't know. Here we go. This is her. This is her, Taylor Coronado. So I don't really think too much of residence dates, but yeah, they're different people. They're different people. Speaking of Harris County, any updates on Rudy and his mother? No, not that I've seen. But having said that, I haven't looked. Let's have a look. Rudy Farias. Let's search. What we're doing. I'll do last week, past week. I don't think there's anything new. She took 8 husbands to court. I don't think there's been any charges or anything like important. So no. Yeah, it is true. Hold on a minute. Let's get rid of that. She was done for, I'm not sure it was January 2022. I think it's 2020. No, it's definitely not her. We've confirmed it's not her because the Denise Marie Coronado has got a different father than Taylor Denise Coronado. And Taylor Denise Coronado was living in Wisconsin between 2017 and 2020. So it's definitely not the same person. And also, Denise Marie Coronado appears to be still in jail in Texas. And it's just a coincidence that they're the same age. Oh, and also the birthdays are different. Denise Marie Coronado Her birthday is in June 1997. And then Taylor Denise Coronado, aka Taylor Schabusiness, her birthday is November 1997. So it's just a coincidence that they had the same surname and the same age. But that little bit of that extra hour, less than an hour of digging, meant that I can climb out of the rabbit hole, and I don't need to worry anymore that we've got this really dark, really dark past. I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me, honestly. It really wouldn't have surprised me. But now I've actually seen some actual records, like a birth record, public records, a prison record. I've actually seen it rather than just looking at media. I've actually gone to some records. It makes sense that they're two separate people. Yeah, different birthdays, same year of birth, but different birthdays. I mean, they do look very similar. In my opinion, they look very similar. But they're not the same person. Does she have a sister? She might have a sister, but they've got different dads. Because in court today, oh no, was that yesterday? It was yesterday in court when AJ took the stand. He said Taylor's dad. He knew Taylor's dad, and his name's Arthur. Or Arturo. I think his name's Arturo. Arturo Coronado. Whereas Denise Marie, her dad is called, hold on, lost it now. Denise Marie, her dad is called Francisco Coronado. And her mother's called Melissa. I don't know what Taylor Schabusiness's mother's called, but beware of anyone called Coronado. Unless it's time served. Yeah. There may be a family connection. There may be. But without doing a full, complete family tree, never find that out. But it was worth having a look, wasn't it? It's always worth investigating these things. But yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. It's nearly 20 past 1 in the AM for me. So I think it's past my bedtime. So today, it's tomorrow for most of you, but for me, today, the 27th of July, little Michael Vaughan from Fruitland, Idaho, has been missing for 2 years. 2 years. So I will be doing a live stream later about Michael. I'm just going to go through his case. So if anybody wants to join me for that later on, I'll put a scheduler up when I've slept. So it's going to be like my afternoon. Oh no, the trial's on. Oh, darn it. I'll probably schedule it for lunchtime of the trial. Anyway, I'm going. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, as always, for being respectful. Thank you to the mods as well. And I shall speak to you later when I've had a sleep. Bye, guys.